slipped from that.
Which,
Oh, you're fine. That's kind of something we're getting back to in practice is being tough and fair in defense. That's what I'm liking.
okay.
Marcus Cal said there would be some soul searching happening the other night. Has that been the case in the last few days?
Definitely. That's how it is in practice. That's how it's definitely been in practice. We've been going at each other, and we've all been embracing what we've all been doing. And there's a whole lot of yelling, screaming for people to give more to the team, and that's not just coming from the coaches. It's coming from players. It's coming from leaders, trying to get more from each player.
How hard is it to get over what happened Tuesday night?
Honestly, like what Cal tells us, give it 24 hours of grief, and then after those 24 hours, you get over it, try to fix it.
You think you're over it?
I mean, it's still a loss, and I'm still an athlete, so it still takes time, but it's still something you kind of have to learn about.
Soul searching, is that also part mental? And if it is, what do you do?
I feel like this game is still 80% mental, and you got to find a way. Find a way that helps you best get away from it mentally, and it's always different from each player.
Okay, so I guess that's on Dorian Finney-Smith and Igbunu and some of the pieces that Florida has on its front line.
They play very strong, and that's something I really like about them is they're strong players. They don't really worry about anything else except for what they need to do. And right now, we're just trying to work on trying to get us better each day.
Marcus, the foul trouble thing is not just you the last couple of days, it's been everybody. How do you all address that?
It's just us trying to just deal with it because we're not going to change our aggression or how we play defense or how we get things done. It's just how they want to go about it that day, and if us being too aggressive, which I don't really see the case of us being too aggressive, we'll make adjustments during the game and how it goes, but it changes day to day.
Are the refs calling it tighter than they used to?
I think it just depends on the day for the refs. Some days it's more tighter. Some days they let some stuff go.
So it's crew to crew. It depends on who's doing the whistle blow.
I agree because you can't have each ref do the exact same thing. Some refs have different techniques, and that's what you have to just learn by that's the basketball is getting stuff done and figuring it out quicker.
Thanks.
Marcus, I got in on this late. What's the mood of the team? Where are you guys at emotionally after losing in Tennessee?
Emotionally, I think we're ready to be the aggressors now, and I've seen that in practice. You've seen after losses like those, you see players step back, not really. You're kind of regretting practice and kind of just hesitating, not really excited for it. It's been the total opposite. We all came into practice trying to get better. Our practice levels were through the roof the other day. That's just the way I saw it, and I think that's the way you get over games like that the best.
Charles said obviously he takes every loss the same way, no matter if it's giving up a 21-point lead or coming down to the stretch in Kansas in overtime. How do you take those games though? I mean, is there any separation in a loss for you, whether it's overtime or kind of giving away a lead like if you're Tennessee?
I mean, a loss is a loss, no matter what. Especially in an athlete's point of view, you don't want to lose ever. So that's probably the worst feeling in the world. But when you're up by that much, it takes a different route for you. You have to think of how you did it because that's not something most teams can do. Like, it takes a special kind of team to go up 21 and end up losing the game. So
at least you guys are special. Is that what you're saying?
we're definitely special, without a doubt. And I think it took something like that for us to realize that we need to play great every second and we can't take any moments off.
How much tougher is it on the road? I mean, 3 of these games that you've lost in conference play all on the road. Auburn and Tennessee, especially the way that those were lost. What is it about, going to another team's place and just not being the same team?
Personally, I think it's the crowd. I love having the crowd behind me. And on away games, you do something awesome and it's total silence. And I think that's what really fuels most players is when you have a good player, your team does something really well. you feel more fuel off the other team. But when the other team's going off and they're getting a momentum, and you hear and your energy just drops, and you have to learn how to get over that.
Tyler Eulis strikes me as kind of a big leader on this team. How much does this team kind of feed off what he does and his energy and what he brings game in, game out?
Since Tyler is our point guard, he does coordinate most of our doings. He understands a lot of it, and he is the one at the very top of our march. And since he's the one he's willing to do, and he's always there, and he's always acceptable to it. It's easy to just get behind him and follow him.
Marcus, when you first saw Tyler, because of his size, I think that's the first thing people notice about him. What impression did he make on you? I guess I'm wondering if you thought, this guy, this little guy?
Oh, no chance, because the first time I met him, he tried to fight DeMarcus Cousins. So that went out the window real quick, because he tried to fight the biggest person I've ever met. So that totally went out the window.
How is he able to just sort of log on from his head movements and maybe not really show too much wear and tear? Is there something about him that is he able to be that guy?
That I don't know how he does. Because us as bigs, we get tired quick. We start getting gassed after like 6 minutes. So I don't know how he keeps going at that pace all game. And he does it all practice, where he'll go 2 hours and just not feel anything. So I wish I could do it.
Is there a crisis mentality, Marcus? I mean, losing 2 straight. I think among the fans, there's a crisis mentality.
It's a crisis for them because they don't know what's going on in our gym. We're learning. We're a young team, and it's a learning process. So right now we're just trying to figure it out. We still have probably a month and a half, so we're still on track to do great things. And once we get to that perfect figured out point of how we can play, we'll be fine.
Did you guys feel like you maybe turned a corner after those 3 strong wins and then going over to Kansas and playing that well?
We still had some rough spots trying to figure out, but those were three good games to build up on, and we knew we had a couple battles coming up and we had to play hard, but now it's just trying to nose around and get back to our positivity.
Thank you.